Imagine standing on the picturesque coast of Bali, gazing out towards the shores of Lombok, two islands of Indonesia. Amidst the breathtaking scenery lies a hidden secret, an ancient line that is both real and intangible. This invisible demarcation may elude the naked eye, but its influence is undeniably present. In fact, if you were to stand there and peer across the water, you would find yourself looking directly at the line's narrowest point, a seemingly unremarkable 32-kilometer stretch. Welcome to the enigmatic world of the Wallace Line. The Wallace Line meanders its way through the entire Malay Archipelago, which proudly holds the title of being the largest collection of islands on our planet. Its significance lies not in its physical manifestation but in the profound impact it has on the distribution of life. On the western side of the line, the animal kingdom boasts a distinct Asian character, featuring majestic creatures such as tigers, Asian elephants, and rhinos among others. However, as you cross this invisible boundary, a dramatic transformation occurs. The Eastern Islands introduce an entirely different cast of ecological characters, including Komodo dragons, marsupials, cockatoos, and babirusa. The meeting point of two regions with highly distinct biodiversity. Among all such boundaries, the Wallace Line stands out as one of the sharpest and most iconic. Now, you might be wondering how this invisible line came to be and why it exerts such a powerful influence on the distribution of species. To unravel this mystery, we must travel back in time to the mid-19th century when a remarkable naturalist named Alfred Russel Wallace embarked on an adventurous journey across the Malay Archipelago. During his exploration, he fell victim to malaria and experienced a fever-induced epiphany that led him to conceive the existence of the Wallace Line. Although overshadowed by Charles Darwin's fame as the co-discoverer of natural selection, Wallace's profound insights into the natural world secured his legacy as the father of biogeography, the study of the distribution of living organisms. Wallace's voyage through the archipelago was marked by meticulous observations and the collection of countless species as he hopped from island to island. It was during his crossing from Bali to Lombok that he made a fascinating discovery. Instead of a gradual and subtle change in animal life, he encountered an abrupt and distinct transition. The differences he observed, birds, in particular, captured his attention. Species abundant in Java and Bali, such as the yellow-headed weaver, coppersmith barbet, were completely absent on Lombok. This sudden shift extended beyond birds, encompassing mammals and a myriad of insect species. It was as if an invisible barrier separated two worlds, each with its own unique inhabitants. Wallace astutely realized that there must be more at play than mere geographical proximity. He understood that the geological history of the region played a pivotal role in shaping its biological present. By recognizing that the distribution of living species reflects ancient geological events, Wallace saw biogeography as a key to unlock the hidden chapters of our planet's history. The understanding of plate tectonics solidified the connection between the Wallace Line and, as a brilliant naturalist who made significant contributions to our understanding of the natural world. His recognition of the Wallace Line, despite being invisible to the naked eye, revealed the profound impact of geological events on the distribution of life forms. The story of this invisible line takes us on a journey through time and across vast stretches of ocean, highlighting the intricate interplay of plate tectonics, evolutionary processes, and ecological dynamics. Around 20 to 25 million years ago, during the late Oligocene or early Miocene epoch, the Australian plate slowly drifted north, breaking away from Antarctica in the south. This gradual movement brought with it a distinct community of birds, reptiles, and marsupials that thrived on the Australian continent. However, it wasn't until relatively recently, in evolutionary terms, that the Australian plate approached the Asian Sunda continental shelf in the west, resulting in the collision of these two separate worlds. Meanwhile, east of the Wallace Line, a remarkable chain of new islands emerged due to the complex forces of plate tectonics. These islands, known as Wallacea, differed from the continental islands that flanked them. They were never connected to either of the major land masses, making them ecological blank slates eagerly awaiting colonization by various species. As it turned out, most of the creatures that successfully reached these islands hailed from the Australian side, as the Wallace Line acted as a barrier to Asian species migrating eastward. One captivating example of this phenomenon is the Komodo dragon, a colossal monitor lizard found today on a few islands in eastern Indonesia. Fossil records of these creatures date back more than 3 million years in mainland Australia, appearing in the Pliocene epoch. However, they only reached their current Indonesian island homes in the Wallacea region around 1 million years ago. Even now, the deep waters with strong currents that flow between the two regions, including the strait between Lombok and Bali, continue to restrict the dispersal of many species across the line, preserving the striking differences in their evolutionary histories. The distributions of many bird species follow the limits of the line, since many birds do not cross even the shortest stretches of open ocean water. Among mammals, bats have distributions that can cross the line, but larger terrestrial mammals are generally limited to one side or the other. On the Australian side, many species of marsupials are present, and some monotremes, alongside native rodents, although the occurrence of rodents in this case is derived from more recent colonization events. By contrast, to the Asian side marsupials are excluded, and placental mammals such as apes, cats, elephants, monkeys, rhinoceroses, and other species are found. Exceptions to this include macaques, pigs, and tarsiers on Sulawesi. So, as you stand on the shores of Bali, gazing across the narrow stretch of water towards Lombok, take a moment to appreciate the invisible boundary that marks the meeting point of two ancient worlds. The Wallace Line, a product of powerful tectonic forces and the eons-long dance of land and sea, continues to fascinate scientists and inspire awe in those who dare to unravel its secrets.
Hi guys, my name is Shaksha. Tara na.